Let's go back to 1985. Your mortgage rate is probably in the double digits. The median household income for the entire year is about $23,600. And Nike, a company that's getting beaten by Converse in basketball, wants you to pay $65 for a pair of sneakers. $65. That sounds cheap, right? But in today's money, that's almost $200. To put that in perspective, the average weekly paycheck back then was about $355. So you're spending nearly a fifth of your weekly earnings on shoes. It was priced like a status object from day one. And the kid they bet on? A 21-year-old rookie. They gave Michael Jordan an unheard of contract, $500,000 a year for 5 years, plus royalties. Nike's internal goal was maybe to sell $3 million worth of shoes by year 4, a nice, respectable number. They actually sold $126 million worth in year 1, $126 million, and they did it with a story, a myth, really. They ran this famous ad claiming the NBA banned the shoe. Total marketing genius.
The league did send a warning letter about a pair of red and black shoes Jordan wore, but they weren't even the Air Jordans. They were a different model, the Airship. But who cares about the details when you've got a rebel narrative to sell? Then, in 1988, Spike Lee shows up on our TVs as Mars Blackman, bugging Jordan, asking, "It's gotta be the shoes." That was the moment the shoes stopped being just sports equipment and became a piece of culture. It became a conversation. The same year, by the way, Nike also launched Just Do It. Not a bad year for the marketing department. Fast forward, 1997. Nike isn't just selling a shoe, it's selling a myth. So they formally spin Jordan off into its own brand. Now fast forward again. Last year, the Jordan brand did nearly $7 billion in revenue. $7 billion. To give you an idea of scale, Nike's entire company revenue was just over $51 billion. This one guy's name is a huge piece of the whole empire. And what about the man himself? Nike doesn't publish his pay, but reports estimate his annual royalty check is now close to $300 million. He gets about a 5% cut of the whole operation. He doesn't just endorse the product, he gets a piece of the machine. And this is where it gets really strange, especially for those of us who remember these shoes being scuffed up on a playground. They're not just shoes anymore.
They are an asset class. In 2020, a pair of game-worn 1985 Jordans sold at an auction for $560,000. Then, in 2023, the shoes from his last dance season sold for $2.2 million for a pair of shoes. This isn't even counting the regular resale market. The one analysts project will hit $30 billion globally by 2030. It's an economy built on nostalgia, fueled by things like the Dior Air Jordan collaboration. Retail price over $2,000. They made about 8,500 pairs. 5 million people signed up for a chance to buy one. So how did it work? How did a piece of leather and rubber become a multi-billion-dollar financial engine? Scarcity, storytelling from the Rebel ads to Spike Lee's banter, and a brilliant financial deal that gave the hero a reason to keep selling the story for 40 years. It's a machine that monetizes memory, renting the feeling of the 90s back to us and selling it to a new generation. The business lesson here was never about sneakers. It's about what happens when you give the protagonist equity in the story. He'll make sure the story never, ever ends. I hope you enjoyed this video. Here you have another one.